Okay, so this is going to become a fall bed for legumes. I'll be planting mostly fava beans for the spring, so I'll be planting it in the fall for the spring, but I'm also going to try putting in a couple of other things like peas and beans, a variety of beans called borlotti. I just want to see how cold tolerant it is because I haven't grown it before. So here I'm gonna use the corn stalks for the peas to climb on, just like I did with the beans in the other bed. This is worm castings from my worm composting box, and I usually like to sprinkle a layer of it, like from one harvesting tray worth of it for each bed before I prep. Um, this is again no dig gardening. The concept here is that you never dig or rototill or do any such thing. All you do is layer material. So here I'm sort of ran out of compost, so I usually try to make my own, but this composted steer manure is really good and cheap. You can find it at Home Depot or Lowe's. It's like buck 38 per bag, and it's really good stuff. It's organic and it's nutrient rich. This is my unfinished compost, which came from my wood chip pile. You've probably seen it if you've seen my wood chip hot composting videos. And I'm just trying to layer this on thick, putting in about 4 inches of it. This is going on more as a mulch slash compost mix. And this is the beauty of no-dig gardening, is that honestly you can put on top pretty much any material, any organic material. It doesn't have to be finished compost, because as long as you layer on top, you will positively impact the soil below. If you have unfinished compost and you rototill that material into the soil, you're actually going to bind up nitrogen in the soil, so that's not advisable. But as long as you layer, there's decomposition happening in that layer, but it's not affecting the soil level below. I'm putting in some tall telephone peas. These are seedlings that I started a few weeks back. And all I do is I move aside the unfinished compost layer or the mulch layer, and then make a hole in the soil below and just plop the plug in and cover it up. If the seedlings are too small, you also don't want to, you may not want to put the mulch back around the seedling because you could smother it. So you can wait until it gets a little bigger, and then once the plant gets stronger, you can cover back up. But if the seedling is strong enough, that's not a problem. See, I'm planting these right in between the corn stalks, and this is sort of a test. This works well with beans, but I haven't tried it with peas yet, so I want to see if the tendrils from the peas are able to attach themselves to the corn stalks. You see those, you saw I just put in one a bean plant, and I have just 3 bean plants, I think, that I'm trying out. And again, this is just a test because I want to see if this variety, borlotti beans, actually takes the cold well in any way. Some beans take the cold, most don't, I think, but peas are more cold hardy. You always want to water in your plantings after you put them in, because this is, even if the soil is moist, you should water, and that's mainly because you want the roots, the soil to kind of take its shape around the roots and fill in any gaps that may be left. These are just some lettuce seedlings. I had room for them over here, so I'm just putting them in. These are not gonna live throughout the winter. They're just gonna give me a crop this fall. So these are the fava beans that I'll be planting. You may notice that as I plant, I throw in a handful of some material. That's just more worm castings. And I don't always do it, but when I remember, when I have a batch ready, I do. Again, I'm watering right after planting here. Very important. So this was actually a few weeks after I did the original planting, and you can see the bean plants. This week we started getting hit with 40-degree night temperatures, and these beans did not like that. So these are definitely summer beans. They're not gonna like the winter temperatures. These are my other pole beans that are still, this is the same day in the other bed. You see they're climbing the corn stalks. These are doing great. They did not get too negatively impacted by the 40-degree temperatures. But anyway, that's it. That's the video. Please feel free to comment. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. I usually do videos as I am doing things in the garden and just sort of documenting those, but I'm going to start trying to do some more videos talking specifically about no dig and why it's a good system and what to expect from it.